Hi, good morning. Welcome back to the Mechanical Temple murder case, which has now become a murder case, considering there wasn't actually a murder. So, handy. Yeah. Computer Broken Chronicles, they refused to repair my motherboard because the serial number's wrong, even though I typed it in right and checked it several times, so now I get to call them today. So that's cool. But, who cares about that? There's a murder today, so let's solve it. Oh, here we are. Truly, this is a murder scene. Okay. Let's see. Murder cases on kids shouldn't be running around. Uh-huh. Looks like the killer escaped through the window, but here in the mountains, they couldn't have gone far. I'm sure they're still in the temple. Sure. A screen. You watched films on this, okay? It's such a weird case. People saw him being strangled, but he was also stabbed. Yeah, that's... It's a projector. He watched their independent films on it. Oh, sorry. Oh, oop. Oh. Knife is back and quarter on his neck. Yuji fought with his killer and fell here, but something's not right. Let me see what he was writing. Okay, the window was left open, so anyone could have escaped from here. Can't see any evidence outside. Usually you'd close any windows or curtains when projecting a film. So was it open when the killer escaped? I mean, probably not. Okay. Yeah, of course you won't let me in the secret passage. Investigation is underway. Please don't wander around. No, I'm doing it. That's what I do. Hey, G. Yo, Conan, this is getting more and more like a real case. It's too much for a little guy like you, so how about you leave it to me? Nah, it's okay. I'll stick with Conan as long as possible. Let's see. I'm a suspect too? I was here with I. Is that good enough alibi? Uh-huh. Hey, I. Never Conan the gang go. A case always comes up. Well, Miki can confirm my alibi. She was taking care of me. Yeah? Uh-huh. Where have you been? Since the case is happening, I'd like to do some work too. Uh-huh. I'll be you later. Let's see. Oh, hi. This area's off limits. Please return to the living area and wait. No! No. I must solve the case. Case solve. Okay, hey. Why is the child running around after a murder? Honestly, what kind of education do you have? She won't help me at all. Child is doing police inquiries? I'm not telling a story to a boy. Yes, Yoshi. See, we'll give me answers. Great, okay. It's so tragic to lose my grandson like this. Be aware that I've already told the police everything I know. Not want to talk to a child. Oh. Nobody wants to talk to me. Well, let's go get Kogoro. Surely it'll talk to the famous sleeping Kogoro. Alright. There you go. Can he go in here? No. I can go in here. Hey, what's up? Detective Mori. I feel like whenever a great detective goes, a case follows. Ask me anything. Okay, great. What's your alibi? Saw Yuji being killed from the keyhole. Isn't that an alibi? Noriyuki saw me and I got the key, and I have no reason to kill him. But although I was sure he was killed by strangling, it seemed to have stabbed. I don't understand it. Yuji. He was certainly fighting a woman. Though I can't say anymore. I know he was selfish and unpopular, but is that enough to kill him? By the way, I don't know if it's relevant, but I woke up during the night and I heard Yuji and Shuichi having a violent row at the temple. I wonder what that argument was about. When did I last see Yuji? Just after dinner around 6:30 p.m. I was walking past his room and asked if he wanted coffee since I was carrying some. Then he spilled some coffee and I guess he had to change his shirt. Alright. What's up? You're Kokoro Mori? No way. Some old dude making goofy faces? Yeah, that's me. Uh-huh. I thought you were just another stupid-looking old man, but it turns out you're a famous detective. I was with two of your group in my house. I got up several times to make tea, but it was impossible for me to kill him in that room. We certainly didn't get along, and we had fights, but he was my nephew, so I couldn't kill him. Anyway, his womanizing incurred the wrath of many others, such a superficial man as he was. And I last see Yuji at dinner. Okay. Huh? Detective Kokoro? I see. There's something suspicious about me, but ask me if you'd like. Yeah, that face is truly the face of someone with nothing to hide. I was having tea with Yoshi and the two of you at our house. Is that all good enough? After that, I gave someone the key outside the room. It was Rie or Noriyuki. He was Yoshi's nephew. They're both strong characters, so they often clashed. Still, she couldn't have killed him. I last saw him at dinner. Okay. Incident like this in my temple with my grandson being killed. Please solve this case as soon as you can, detective. What is up with this expression? This is quite an expression. What's your alibi? I ring the bell in the tower every evening at 8 p.m. I began at precisely 8 p.m. tonight and came back when I had finished to find all this fuss. I was at the bell tower when the crime happened, so I didn't see it. I'm sure that everyone in the temple heard the bell. The key? I always had a key and gave it to nobody. Uh-huh. It's painful to lose my grandson, but I understand the impermanence of all things. One day, all that lives must die. Pray that he may rest in peace. Although he was my grandson, I didn't say he did only good deeds. A number of people resented him. I last saw him at dinner. Sure. I am the investigation. I'm the great sleeping Kogoro. Not off limits, so come on. Okay, well. So you gonna give me any more? Looks like the killer escaped through the window, but here in the mountains they couldn't have gone far. I'm sure they're still in the temple. Yeah, you said that. Kogoro noticed something about the body. Yuji always wrote the script here alone. Everyone in the temple knew this, so surely anyone could have done it. It's a projector. He watched their independent films on it. I feel like I'm missing, one person. There we go. Yeah. Kokoro Mori, the famous detective, yes? I see, I'll assist you. I can confirm my alibi. We were both outside the door when we saw the murder. I had no reason to kill Yuji. Yuji's many problems come from being bad with women. Did you hear how Yukiko, our former member, was dumped by him and killed herself? I was attracted to Yukiko too. Oh goodness. So I really hated Yuji for this, but everyone has a weakness. If we kept on about it, we'd never get anything done. And I witnessed his murder, so it's impossible that I did it. Seems to me he had more disputes with the Kikumuras. Something weird is going on there, huh? Often seen them arguing. When did I last see him? He said he wanted to watch a film, so he set up his projector and screen, which was around 7 p.m. Man, the guy bullied a woman till she killed herself. That seems bad. This is a game for kids. Hey, you're that sleeping Kogoro. Yeah, that's me. I expected a sharp and brilliant mind, but you look... Never mind, ask me anything. I was having a stroll when the crime happened. I was walking the mountains after dinner. I heard the bell and hurried back because it was time for rehearsals. Then I heard all the fuss. I didn't see anything, but I didn't do it. If I did, I'd keep making more honest alibis. Uh-huh. Yuji seemed like a man with many problems. I'm new here, so I don't know much, but I last saw him at dinner and didn't see him after that. Now that I think about it, he was wearing a black shirt at dinner. I wonder why he changed to a red shirt. I'm sure it's irrelevant. It was the coffee, right? Okay. 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 I think that's everybody. Too tired, you search. Alright. Okay, so... where else I can go? Let's see. Alright, let's try Ran. Maybe the butch lady is a lesbian and we'll talk to Ran. That's my hot take. So we haven't gotten any information from her yet. Oh, there you go. There's been a murder and now everyone's playing detective. It's not right to ask when someone had just died. She's death must be terrible for you Poirot group, right? You actually care about us? Fine, if you want to know something, ask away. Hey, it worked. I was on the mountain behind the temple at the time. I heard the bell and I knew it was late for rehearsals, so I hurried back. I don't know if I can confirm this. Obviously the police don't believe me. It wouldn't surprise me if someone bore a grudge against such a horrible man. Many girls would like to kill him. At any rate, if the truth came out, they'd tell you everything. You know, Yuji was dating that Yukiko you were asking about. He dumped her and she killed herself. She was a good friend of mine, so I had a fight with Yuji. I guess I have a great motive, but Noriyuki hated him more. And I last see Yuji at dinner. It's great. It's great to just say, I had a great motive to kill this person. Okay, what to think about? Okay, great. Let's see. Alibi. If everyone's alibis, but I should leave the reasoning to an ex. Oh, okay. Bran doesn't want to think about it. I'll get Conan back. Conan, I don't want to be bothered to police my dad anymore. Sure. Okay. Now let's think through this. Okay, alibis. So we've heard everyone's stories and know the time of the crime. Ran and I were with the Kikumuras in their house, and Yoshi went to the kitchen frequently. She couldn't have gone to Yuji's room and back, and she didn't seem out of breath from running. Yeah, that's fair. The priest was ringing the bell in the tower, which everyone heard, including Rie, when she saw the crime. Rie and Noriyuki can prove each other's alibis they were together. Rie then came and took the key, during which Noriyuki couldn't enter Yuji's room. The only doubt is with Tokiko and Shuichi, since no one can corroborate their alibis. Now, you're forgetting the locked-up girl that we came here to rescue. So we've heard everyone's stories. It's a complex case. We have the theater group, the priest, the Kikumuras, and my group. We clearly have no motive to kill Yuji, although Miki might if Satomi's case is connected to him. Maybe something happened there. Then the theater group. Tokiko and Noriyuki hated Yuji for the trouble with Yukiko, who killed herself, so they would have a motive. Shuichi and Ria, however, joined after Yukiko died, so they shouldn't have a motive. But Shuichi had a fight with Yuji at night, apparently. I also saw him walking around late at night. Maybe he's hiding something. Perhaps Yuji knew a secret and was killed to prevent it coming out. I also have doubt about the priest and the couple. I wonder what Yuji and Yoshi were arguing about. Satomi could be trapped in a secret room somewhere. Maybe that's what the dispute was about. Could it go from a dispute to murder? Maybe. There's also a strong chance the priest is in on this too. So after considering the alibis and the motives, the ones with a motive are Noriyuki, Tokiko, Shuichi, Kikimura's, and the priest. Miki also could have one too. Our prime suspects are Tokiko and Shuichi, as they have no alibi. But the girl who's captured, who would fight for freedom, like, come on. We need to work out why Ria said his death was from strangulation, not stabbing. Kira must have used some tricks, which caused this strange event. If we work out the tricks, we can work out who the killer is. Right. We know this much now. Next we do a full search for clues. I wonder what the old man thinks about this. Okay, I wonder what the old man thinks about this. So... what? We have Kogoro think now, I guess? Hey Pops, have you made any progress? Ha, progress, I've already solved it. Okay. What do you mean, Mori? Inspector, this is an extremely simple case. I can see the killer through the process of elimination, it's clear. Hey, wait up a sec. They're in this temple, their alibi doesn't satisfy me, they held a grudge against Yuji, and had a motive. In short, the person who killed Yuji escaped out the windows of Tokiko. Oh, but of course. But Mori, the victim must have been strangled, yet this doesn't explain how he was stabbed. Perhaps the witnesses were mistaken. But two of them said the same thing. They said they only saw the shadows, so they could have made one or two mistakes. Ha 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 ha. Great detective work, Pops. Even if their testimony is correct, Tokiko still could have killed him with a knife before strangling him. But Inspector, I've heard about choking someone until they pass out, then killing by stabbing. Not the other way around. I agree with Conan, it does sound strange. So don't worry about little things, Inspector. Let's just arrest Tokiko and call off the alert. We can't do that, Mori. Unless we have all the facts, we could make a mistake. You're the cops. You don't care. Still, we've passed the first stage, so you're free to go. Okay. Great. Investigation begins. I feel like I was already investigating, but sure. Came to a temple to find the missing Satomi and came across a murder case. The old man seems convinced that Tokiko did it. I think there's more than meets the eye. There are too many questions to say for sure that Tokiko is the killer. That's right. Yeah, independent films, Two mysterious weapons. This case is amazing. To solve a case like this, you'll need to keep reconsidering the same clues. You should check your keywords very often. Okay. Thank you for telling... Okay, cord. Done after death, very odd. Okay, lines. Only lines on Yuji's back. He's sweating like that. Okay. I think I probably need more information before I can get that. I will save though. Cool. Alright. Maybe they'll let me go search the grounds now. Good. Okay. Oh, hey Noriyuki. Ah, you made me jump. Me? I'm not doing anything in particular. Just feeling the wind. You're messing with the ninja trap. The amount of not calling people on things Conan is doing is a bit sad. Hey, such an awful incident. I've been here praying for my dead grandson. Your face is weird. You make a weird face. Alright. There's Heiji. He hasn't actually done much in this case yet. Maybe he can be helpful here. Here's the temple bell. Slight, there's been a crime. There may cops around. I shouldn't mess with the bell. Yes, you should. Hello, I'm a precocious youngster. What do you want? Everyone's in a bad mood after what happened. It's best not to get carried away running around the place. It's the kitchen sink in the Kikamura's house. It's nice and clean. Okay. That's good to know, I guess. Hey, Heiji. What's up? Something on that building at the edge, but I'm too big to get in there. Okay. Friend of the main building. Something hidden under here. I'll climb under and get it. A crossbow? This is as powerful as a gun. Would something like this be here? It's too tough on your own, Kudo? Bring on the substitute. No, I appreciate it, but no. It's a very big tree, but I can't see anything worth investigating. So what? Someone crossbow shot the knife? Hey, it's dangerous there. There's an old well, and you might fall in as it's dark. Don't worry, I'll be careful. Maybe you are, but everyone has to put up with it. I'll get the cops if you do something dumb. I'll leave this until later. No. You're mostly an adult, Heiji. Can you walk over there without him freaking out? Let's see. Nope. Well, yeah. Easy, I've got at least half a brain. Why does this guy keep an eye on us? Still, I don't want to get the cops involved, so I'll just leave it for now. Okay. What does Heiji think of all this stuff? He might have a take. He's also a great detective. Look at the crossbow. Couldn't found a crossbow on the veranda of the main building. It's as powerful as a gun. However, it seems there's no connection to this case, as there's no reason to use a crossbow. Where's the... lines on his back. Powers back a sweat on it, and the sweat looks like some lines. Why was he sweating like that? Of course, after an Yuji's snack, but it's done for death. Very odd. Yeah. Then what happened during the crime? This case isn't over yet. Understand the motives. We have to find out which is right. Okay. So, I think I know what's happening. There was a mark from a cord on the bottom of the knife, so I think the, yeah, the temple's too big for one guy to investigate, that's right. There was a cord cut on the knife, So I think the crossbow shot the knife, probably from the tree. Yoshi, maybe, is the bad guy. That's my hot take. We'll see how it goes. First I thought I was free from feigning illness. Now there's a murder? Ugh. I can't stand being with you when a case comes up. At your Tokyo did it. I'd like to look up for some more clues. My sister's okay. Oh right, you have a sister that we're supposed to be looking for. I didn't do it, Great Detective Kogoro. Not with that kind of reasoning. It's my turn. Tokyo's the murderer, but I still look for more evidence. Police suspect Tokyo? That can't be. We're all in together. Tokyo couldn't murder one of her companions. Well, he's not in here anymore, so will he let me mess with the camera? He went out somewhere, even though there's an investigation going on. Well, since I'm alone, I'm house sitting. It's the extension cord. It's very long. Huh? It's covered in earth. It's like it was dragged along the ground. Camera that the Poirot used to film the rehearsals. I'm certain they know Yuki does all the filming for them. Okay, well, let's think about this cord, I guess. Extension cord. Extension cord in Poirot's room was covered in dirt. I wonder why. Oh, that's... okay. That's it. That's thinking. Huh. There's an extension cord. Weird. Somehow different. What's hidden secret in this case? Okay. Yeah, projected on the screen. Hold on! Projector and the screen are too close together. How could two people fight in this narrow space? It's not impossible, but if you were looking through the keyhole, you'd surely see the actual people, not just shadows. How'd they manage to make only their shadows visible? Oh, there we go. Hey, are too close together. How could two people fight in this narrow space? Through the keyhole, you'd surely see the actual people, not just shadows. Yeah, okay. So, think about that one. Shadows of Yuki being killed were projected on the screen, but the projector and screen are rather close. They fought in that narrow space. Surely the witnesses would see their actual forms. Not just their shadows? Maybe using some skill, the shadows were actually fake? Extension cord in Poirot's room is covered in dirt. I wonder why. He's back to school by 1 behind, and I still have a small scratch, like something was pressed hard into it. His crossbow's under the veranda of the main building. It's powerful as a gun, so you could kill someone easily with this. The best for was fired from it. Of course, they shot this knife with the crossbow. See, I got it. Mark on the knife's hilt, the same mark as if the crossbow shot it. Alright, there we go. Set up the crossbow so that it could shoot the knife, and I found it here. They shot the knife through the main building at Yuji in his room. If there's nothing blocking around the temple and Yuji's window's open, could you see the target? Well, you could kill Yuji this way, but if he was where his body was lying, you couldn't hit him. I thought it was a nice idea, but as it stands, this murder would be impossible. They said they saw shadows on the screen when it happened. The space between the projector and the screen is very narrow. Okay, lines on Yuji's back. Only part of his back has sweat on it, and the sweat looks like some lines. Why was he sweating like that? Of course! He was leaning on something just before he was killed, thus only the parts he leant on got damp with sweat. That's why it looked like lines. Now where could he have leant to make those lines? The window frame! He was leaning against the window just before he was killed. And if he was standing there, he could be shot by the crossbow. Then again, if he was shot at the window, why did he fall in the middle of the room? Of course, the shot would make him fall over there. Also, Ria and Noriyuki said they saw the place he was strangled, but how? Not to mention that the knife, unlike an arrow, was never designed to be fired. Could it be projected accurately? I'm figuring out this case bit by bit, but we've got a lot of questions to answer. I see Conan pardons covered in dirt. I wonder why. Okay, shadows. The shadows on the screen. What happened? The space between the projector and the screen is very narrow. The factor on Nuji's neck was done after death. Very odd. It's in the middle of the room. If we assume that's where Yuji was, the crossbow couldn't hit him. If he was hit by a crossbow, we need to figure out how. Or if I'm missing something still. Okay. With the window again, maybe? When the light is found, the killer escaped the window, but is that really what happened? If they didn't escape through the window, it must have been open from the start. Surely Yuji closed both the curtain and the window before watching a film. Okay, well. Ah, you made me jump. Yeah, okay. I mean, they would have had to fire it through here, right? Huh? That's strange. I was wondering what was wrong. The bamboo screen is lowered. But why is it down at night? Huh? That's strange. Okay. Hi, why is the bamboo screen down? Bamboo screen? No idea. It was like that when I came in. It's usually not lowered at night. I'm not bothered about such things. Okay. Alright. The bamboo screen is lowered. But that didn't trigger anything in my keywords, did it? Crossbow? Yeah. Yeah. Easy. Let's put crossbow and just figure out how. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. Alright, now let's see what we can do here. Must be something else that I'm not seeing. lot of information now, so... Let's see if they were always investigating. Maybe it's because they're not tall enough? It's true, you might tell me something is up with this, still I can't see a problem from this side. Oh. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, well at least Heichi gave me a clue. What I'm supposed to do, so... Tree on the other side. So how can I get back there? This tree, oh there we go, hey, what's that? It's covered in scratches. It looks like they were caused by a knife. Did someone do knife throwing practice here? Okay. Alright. I got a new thing to think about. Scratches. I just armed from the killer during firing practice with the knife and crossbow. At first the knife wouldn't fire out of it. Yeah, it's okay, but the aim was off. So the tree as a target, calculated the deviation and practiced. I shot Yuji from the window. Wait, the bamboo screen must have been down when the shooting happened. Killer would have had to aim through the building, like so. They tried to aim with the crossbow, but from here the lowered screen would obstruct the view. They couldn't have aimed at Yuji if they couldn't see him, as long as the screen's there. It's impossible to shoot from this side. They could have pulled it down after shooting. I wonder who could do this. Alibi? Yeah. Okay. Sure. I feel like I'm still missing something. I thought for sure the camera was a clue. And now that we know that looking at the camera from the right angle, looking at things from the right angle matters, let me futz with it. Camera, uh-huh. Figure the projector, doesn't he? Yeah, we leave the technical side to him. He has his own films at college, after all, so he knows film equipment very well. He loves messing around with all that stuff. If somebody else could do any tricks, this Noriyuki's getting more suspicious. Okay. Oh, there we go, camera. I made videos at their place for practice. And Noriyuki's in charge of it. Since he'd made films before, he must know a lot about film equipment. Actually, he mentioned he set up the projector himself, so he probably knows about filming and editing movies. He would do film tricks, even fake shadows. Maybe the shadows we saw were actually artificial. And Noriyuki was outside the room too. Good timing. Surely he couldn't have set up the projector, unless... The extension cord is covered with dirt. Must have been dragged outside the building. Hold on. The cord is so long that it could connect to the projector and stretch outside the window to the outlet of the next room. Noriki and Shuichi are staying in that room. Those guys are becoming more suspicious. If this is how it happened, the window must have been open the whole time. Okay, what else could I think about? Okay, if the window's open, the crossbow? Kill a fire lethal weapon. Kill shot from a crossbow. So we need to figure out how, right? Use the tree in the backyard to practice firing. Okay. Well, we know they're more suspicious, so let me just maybe talk to Noriki? I guess? What? It made that noise again. Did I add something else? No. Same thing. Okay, well, let's go talk to Noriki. Dado. Hey. Ah, you made me jump. You don't do anything particular, just feel the wind. Uh-huh. Well, maybe he'll let me go over now. It's dangerous, you could fall down the well. This guy's still worrying me going near that well. It's like he's guarding it. So, kid, you going back to your room, or do you want me to get the cops? Damn it, I can't get near the well with this guy here. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else I'm not thinking about? Let's see. Shadows. Witnesses say there's no shadow screaming to happen, but the space between the director and the screen is very narrow. Use video camera. If you fill a filter, you can make a movie. Okay. An extension. One person could have done this. Uh-huh. Okay. On the top, speak to Noriki. I did pull up a walkthrough. It's I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing now. And since I learned that looking at the tree from different angles matters, like, everything's off the table. What are you grinning about? No, Yuki, see that switch on the floor? What, this one? That's it. What on earth does it do? Okay, great. Guess you didn't know about them. Alright. The well. Perhaps Marie keeps hiding something from us here. Huh? Something shiny's been thrown in. How can I get down there? Maybe that basement I saw last night links there. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, let's see if the police guy is no longer guarding it. Ooh, da 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 doo da 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 da. Passage here. I'll contact HQ right away and get equipment. Okay. Oh, please don't enter the passage without permission, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna listen to you. Uh-huh. Not to go in, but I can't wait. Uh-huh. This is where I saw those three talking last night. Looks like there's a passage ahead. Uh-huh. This is an 8mm film reel. It's been damaged from the fall, but what is on this film could confirm my suspicions. I've got it. So they use this trick, eh? One mystery has been solved. Now, if we can solve the trick of how Yuji was stabbed, we can solve the whole case. I thought we did. Is there anything else in there? Something else over here. If Conan doesn't think we have the case done, then there must be something else over here that I couldn't get to before. The film can down here, yeah, that's true. I think its positioned so that you could definitely aim at Yuji through the main building from the window, but the screen is down that. Wait, I just noticed. The extract fan isn't on. What's stopping it? Something's wrapped around the fan. It's a string. It's very long and tangled up in the fan. Why on earth is there a string in the fan? That's a trigger. Extract fan in the kitchen. Is the string wrapped around to extend it to the bamboo screen in the main building? If so, you could tie up the screen, kill it with the crossbow, and then turn the fan on to let the screen down again. That's it. This crime seemed impossible, but I figured out the trick. Trust is the murderer, without a doubt. I must get the inspector to bring everyone to the main building. Okay. Well, let's do it, I guess. Oh wait, we should save. We've solved the crime. Here we go. Alright, I'll get Inspector Magure to help us out here. And then we'll solve the mystery. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, Conan, what's the matter? Kogro's found a new murderer and he wants everyone to meet in the main building. Really? Well, very well. We'll be there at once. Yes, sir. So this clue will reveal the secret of his case once for all. Before I explain it to everyone, let's get it all organized. Okay. It's been a strange case. Alright, let's put the facts of the case together. Question 1. Yuji was killed by a knife. Oh, it was definitely the frozen pudding. Yes, he was killed by a knife in his back. Question 2. How was the knife used? Crossbow. Yes, he was shot by a modified crossbow from outside his window. Question 3. This crossbow was very powerful, it was possible to kill him from far away. So the killer shot from the building. The kitchen. It's highly likely he was shot from the kitchen. It's a clear shot at him, and they would also have had an alibi. Question 4. It would be impossible to hit Yuji's room with the bamboo screen in the main building down. The killer must have done it like this. Lowered it after. The answer is that the screen was lowered after killing Yuji. Question 5. During the panic that occurred after the killing, nobody could have lowered the screen, so they used this trick. The extract fan. The fan in the kitchen had a string wrapped around it. I think it was used after the killing to lower the screen. If the fan was turned on, the string would unwind. Yes, that must have been how it was done. Question 6. Yuji's body was found in the middle of the room away from the window. He couldn't have been shot if he was standing there. How did the killer hit Yuji? Be near the window. Homing arrow, yes. Right, Yuji was near the window when he was shot. Sweat marks on his back were from leaning on the window frame. Question 7. So if this was the case, how did the corpse fall in the middle of the room? I guess it's move after die. He moved after he died. No, someone moved it probably, right? And a cord wrapped around his neck. Someone must have gotten in after Yuji was killed, but before we all entered. Still think someone moved him. Question 8. Hold on. Witnesses said they say Yuji was strangled. A discrepancy. The murder scene they saw was actually an edited film. Ria and Yoriki only saw a shadow. Did that shadow really show something that happened at the time of the crime? Of course, the killer set up a film beforehand with the shadow of a murder edited into it. Figured they saw there was a fake, and only one person was capable of doing that. Question 9. Alright, here's the main point of the case. Who came in after the crime before we did? Who had the motive? At the start of our case, how many people tried to kill Yuji? 2 people. As Yoshi and Noriyuki, right? Yeah, 2 people tried to kill Yuji at the same time, completely separately. This coincidence made the case very mixed up. Question 10. So the other person who tried to kill Yuji used the film to falsify the time of death. Right. Yes, they falsified the crime, thus creating a perfect alibi. Question 11. The killer entered the room before we came. How did he enter? Just through the door. Right. There's no other way they could get in. Question 12. Yuji's door is locked by a key. other than Haruo's. There are two other keys. Which key did the killer use to enter the room? Yuji's, right? Of course, the killer had the key from the start when they entered the room. Then planted on Yuji's corpse and pretended to unlock the door afterwards when it was already unlocked. Alright, the general outline of this case is clear now. I just need to send Pops to sleep in the main building with my wristwatch, and then we can solve this case. Mori, so you're here. Inspector Magure, so why is everyone gathering in the main building? Uh-huh, but wasn't it you who told us all to come here? What, me? Sorry, Pops. Here we go. That's right, Inspector. I've got this case all wrapped up. You have? Kudo's done it again. Dad? Yes, this case was certainly a complicated one. At first I was sure that Tokiko was the murderer, but now I realize that she is not connected to the case. But Mori, if Tokiko didn't do it, who on earth did? Perhaps they've already escaped from the temple? No, the killer is definitely still here. In fact, the killer is standing in this very room! What? Huh? My gosh. That's absurd. Mori, are you sure the killer is really? Undoubtedly, Inspector. I shall reveal all the tricks used by the killer. Here I am. It's a strange case, ladies and gentlemen. The particulars of this case are unexpectedly similar because two people at the same time decided to kill Yuji. So you're saying there was an accomplice? No, Inspector. The killers each committed a crime independently. They executed their plans at the same time by coincidence. Huh. Allow me to explain. We began with what Rie said at the start of the crime scene. However, Rie was not at the crime scene at all. But Mori, Rie wasn't the only witness. Two people said they saw the murderer. Of course, they both said they saw Yuji being strangled as they looked through the keyhole, but think about it. What they saw was merely a shadow in the darkness. A shadow? But I'm sure I saw it. I heard people fighting inside. If that wasn't the crime scene, then what was it? It certainly was a shadow, quite literally. You see, you saw a shadow on a film being shown on the screen and heard an audio recording, so you were sure something was happening. It's normal to think that. Another witness was panicking next to you, after all, but you didn't see the murderer, rather a silhouette painted on the film itself. Wow. Huh? A silhouette, my gosh! If a silhouette was on the screen, it must be because someone was standing in front of the projector, but think about it. You don't need someone standing in the way to see a shadow on a film. As long as the film was playing from the start, it was quite simple. So, the film on screen was one of our movies. When I saw it last week, I didn't have a shadow on it. That's because there are two copies of that film, one with no shadow and one with the shadow edited into it. You'd already seen the film, so you assume someone must be blocking the projector, but you didn't know about the other film with a shadow on it. Killer played on your assumptions. Now hold on, Mori. Ria also heard sounds coming from that room. That was the soundtrack for the film. But if it was a recording, wouldn't it sound a little artificial? Right. If it was a normal situation, the shadow and the sounds might seem quite artificial, but think about when you were a witness, Rie. Noriyuki said he saw Yuki being murdered, and you peered through the keyhole in a state of panic. It's kind of a psychological trick. A situation which would be easy for someone thinking calmly. But as they were led to believe it from the start, it got a hook, line, and sinker. See, there was more than one witness, and that fooled us all. I see. It'd make it hard to make out details through that little keyhole. No. Dog, are you okay? Can you not make it out? You can do it. Sorry, my dog was trying to get out during the dramatic scene. Indeed. And the person who set it up. Yes, only one person could have done it. Someone in charge of the group's film and video equipment. Someone who could take a film and use special effects on it. Someone who led Ria to the crime scene to use her testimony as an alibi. It was Noriyuki. You did it. Gasp. So Noriyuki, you killed... You... Noriyuki. Allow me to explain his plan step by step. Noriyuki made films while at college, so he must have some skill in filming and editing. He used special effects on films he shot. Yeah, just use it. Use the special effects, baby. 8mm film, just throw it into After Effects. You got it. He acted out a play in front of some footage he'd shot. He used an old film with scenery shot out of the train window. He shot the film in advance with a shadow on it. To do this, he played the old film on the screen while pretending to strangle a person in front of it. He filmed the screen at the same time. Yuji had many problems with girls, so I imagine the person who was standing in for Yuji was probably not bothered by this idea. Noriyuki made his plan when Yuji arranged a screening at a temple. He realized he could create an alibi here, so he finished the shadow film and put his plan to action. Poirot did their rehearsals at the same time every day. It's the time when everyone is most careless. Maria always went to meet Yuji, so Noriyuki aimed for that time. He first sent Yuji to sleep with a sleeping pill or something, and put him by the window, out of sight of the keyhole. But sweat formed on his back in the shape of a window frame, proving he was leaving there before he died. Noriyuki then took the key for Yuji's room. So the screen and the projector were set up in the space visible from the keyhole. And of course, the film with the shadow was installed. Plugged in the projector into an extension cord stretching from the room next door. By leaving it unplugged, everything was set. He left the room and locked the door with Yuji's key. He returned to his room and waited for the right moment. Ria arrived right on time. Noriyuki guessed when Ria would be in front of Yuji's door and plugged in the extension cord. The movie started with the shadows of two people fighting on screen, sound flowing out of the speakers. It sounded like Ria had doubts about the situation. He exited his room and put on his act, peering through the keyhole and saying Yuji was being killed. This made Ria very nervous. So she also peered through the keyhole. Ria was sent away to get the master key. In this gap, Noriyuki entered the room with Yuji's key and strangled Yuji. Strangled? But Mori, wasn't he stabbed? Correct. Noriyuki's plan was to strangle Yuji and use Ria to prove his alibi, but what he saw upon entering shocked him. Yuji had been stabbed in the back. Who on earth killed Yuji then? I'll explain that later, but first I'll explain what Noriyuki did next. Upon discovering Yuji's body, he panicked. He could no longer execute his plan, but if he dawdled, Rie would be back with help. So despite his panic, he did the first part of his plan. Placed the shadow film with another one, plugged the projector into the outlet in that room, put the extension cord out the window, and put the key back in Yuji's pocket. He then turned on the projector again with the new film and left the room without locking the door. Turning to his room, he pulled the extension back. It dragged along the ground and got some earth on it as a result. Noriyuki once again stood in front of Yuji's room when he was finished, before all the others that Ryu would bring. He took Haru's key and opened the door, though he needed to make a show of doing so, obviously. That explains why Noriyuki hurried Haru to give him the key. I discovered a reel of film at the bottom of the well. Perhaps he threw it away, afraid someone would find it as proof. He thought nobody could get it from the well. He was mistaken. The temple is filled with traps, and there was no water in the well due to a passage underground. This film shows the shadow for what it really is. That not so, Noriyuki. It is. I wanted to kill Yuji. But why? The way you treated Yukiko was simply unforgivable. You didn't care about her at all, until she killed herself. So it's about Yukiko. Detective, the tricks I used in my plan to kill Yuji were just as you said, but he was already dead as you said, so I didn't kill him. Well, clearly we have another murderer, is that right? Correct. This case certainly displayed some unusual aspects. As Noriyuki executed his plan to kill Yuji, another plan was also underway. There was another murder. Explain the knife in Yuji's back. Indeed. And that person is the true culprit. So, who is it? Allow me to explain the tricks that caused Yuji's death. Inspector, we were all under the impression that the knife was stabbed in Yuji's back by someone from within the room. However, the window in the room was open. Thus, the killer would have no alibi if they fled after Rie witnessed it, which is why we suspected Togigo and Shuichi. But there wasn't much time between Noriyuki going out of the room and coming back in. Furthermore, Rie and Noriyuki were looking through the keyhole all the time. Did you see the killer, Noriyuki? Of course not. Did you, Rie? No, I didn't. So the killer crept in through the window, killed Yuki, and then escaped out the same window. Isn't this a little strange? You're right, the timing's impossible. Suppose the killer wasn't at the room at that time. How is that? You can't be serious. The window was open. There is another possibility. Noriyuki put Yuji's back against the window frame. It'd be easy to see it through the window. Something had also been pressed hard into the handle of the knife, leaving a mark. So it's like an arrow. If they could see his window, they could have shot him with a weapon. Indeed, and Conan found this weapon under the main building. A crossbow! The mark on the knife was caused by this crossbow, which had been modified for this purpose. A skilled sniper could shoot Yuji with it, but they needed a straight shot. From the house of Yoshi Kikumura. You are Yuji's true killer, Miss Kikumura. What? But I have an alibi. I was with Rain and Conan the whole time. That's right. Yes, everyone was in your house at the time. This is your alibi. You invited Ran and Conan to tea in your house, but you weren't with them the whole time. Yes, I was. I never left the house. Everyone there can tell you that. True, you didn't leave the house. However, you did visit the kitchen a few times. You went in while preparing the tea, assuming it wouldn't arouse suspicion. There's a window in that room, isn't there? From that window, you could have a clear shot of Yuji's room. The main building is no real obstacle. You put the crossbow there in advance, and at that time, you aimed at Yuji's back in his room. That's how you killed Yuji from your house. I see. The knife was fired from a weapon. Crossbow originally fired arrows, but its power is equal to that of a gun. Modifying it enables a trick like this to be used. What? An outstanding deductor, detective. However, there's a fatal flaw. Oh? For the crime, you saw the bamboo screen was down. It's not possible to shoot Yuji's room from my window when it's like that. My kitchen, the main building's obviously in the way. That's right. She has an ironclad alibi. The screen is down. The crime is impossible. Your reasoning does not hold up to scrutiny. Yes, assuming the screen was always down. What do you mean? Surely nobody could have lowered it after the crime. It's impossible. Allow me to explain. You raised the screen in advance so you could shoot at Yuji's room. And tied the cord in a knot. Pulling the knot would easily release the screen, closing it again, so long as you tied a string to it. You tied it in a way that there's a hoop on only one side, so they can easily come apart when you pull it. Took both ends of the string and pulled them to the kitchen. After shooting Yuji, you first pulled both ends, dropping the screen. Then you pulled one end, untying the knot. This lets you retrieve the string to hide the evidence. That's how you close the screen from your house. As how you close the screen after committing the crime. Wait, how could I retrieve such a long string? I couldn't just stand in the kitchen for so long. You did return from the kitchen saying the food is burnt. Was this an excuse to avoid suspicion, perhaps? You know, the fan could have rolled up that string automatically. The fan was seen with a string tangled in it. Supposing you're right, you still have no proof. Where's your proof that I'm the murderer? Miss Kikumura, you yourself approved it. What? Told Rand to be careful of Yuji, as he's a show-off. He's wearing a red shirt today. Why does any of this matter? Because he wasn't wearing a red shirt, he had a black one on. But after breakfast, Ria accidentally spilled coffee on it, so he changed to a red shirt. Only Noriyuki saw him in his red shirt after that. So the one that knew he had red clothes was the one that saw him as he died, the killer. Miss Kikumura, it can only be you. Yoshi, you're done for, or should I say we all are. Right, I think it's time we just gave in. Are you also involved? No, Yoshi was alone in killing Yuji. However, the priest and her husband were involved in a different crime. Different crime? Does the name Satomi Togawa ring any bells? Yes, it does. This mark was passed down through Satomi's family for generations. The same mark was seen on the roof of this temple in a travel magazine, right, Nikki? Yeah, that's right. Knowing the temple bore her family's mark, Satomi ventured here alone. But her coming was a problem for all of you, so you kept her captive under the temple. Huh? Is my sister alright? Probably, but her captivity has provoked conflict within the group, leading to Yoshi killing Yuji. So this is the motive. So we can't escape now, I'll tell you the whole story. This temple originally belonged to a prominent family, and under it is a golden statue, a heirloom from long ago. Since it's made of gold, it is a priceless antique. Yoshi and the priest have no other relatives, so the temple was left to their control. The priest looked after it for a long time, but then my company had problems, so we all devised a plan to sell the statue and share the proceeds. I hadn't been in touch with the family for a long time, and we were blinded by our own greed. Of course we had no right to sell the statue, but we figured nobody would ever find out. The business failing put us in a real dire financial strait. Yuji's messing about had really put us in debt. When Satomi came, we realized she was a long-lost daughter of the family. She was the legal heir of the temple and that statue. We'd have to give her our entire fortune. The fact that we badly needed money filled our heads to give it all to the stranger. We decided to lock her up in the dungeon, but we argued over what to do with her. Yoshi said to kill her to keep her quiet. Yuji said he'd tell the police everything if she did that, so she... Green made us forget that there is no such thing as easy money. So, that's how it was. Anyway, I guess we can release Satomi, right? Sure. Yes, here's the dungeon key. The entrance is beside the Buddha, correct? Really? Don't forget, this used to be a ninja house. Huh? What happened to me? Thank you, detective. We found Satomi. We've done what? Huh? Oh, hey, it was nothing. Ha ha ha. It never is, huh? Never mind that. Let's get Satomi free. The entrance next to the Buddha, right, Dad? What? Oh, yeah, sure. Where's the key? I got it. The inspector left it with me. Here it is. It opened. Let's go inside. There she is. Satomi, are you okay? Yeah, Miki, it's you! You came here for me! You'll be fine now, miss. Those villains were no match for Detective Kogoro Mori's skill. I got them all in one fell swoop. Yeah, sure you did. Dad. With a split personality as usual. By the way, I don't suppose you saw a gold statue lying around here. Gold statue? No, I don't know anything about that. But those guys kept me here and wouldn't let me go since I'm the legitimate heir. Maybe the statue's connected. Hey, I'll have a look for it. Uh-huh. Okay. I love a gold Buddha. There we go. Whoa, it's... Ooh. Wow, it's so pretty. It's completely made of gold. So this is the true heir's treasure, huh? One statue, the secret Shuko. Huh? Nothing, never mind. It's beautiful anyhow. You know, Satomi, I guess if you're the true heir, then this statue must be ours. It's worth so much, we could go on a big trip abroad if we sold it. Miki. Ah! Hey. What's he doing? It's Shuichi. Damn it, he's making off with the statue. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, kick him with the soccer ball. There we go. Ugh. Down on the ground now. Ah. Shuichi, why you? Come on, spit it out. Alright, I'll talk. Why is there this additional crime? Of around the sea of Japan, there was always a legend of a golden statue. If one has the statue, one can obtain hidden treasure. I learned that the statue was in this temple, so I joined the Poirot Company and explored this temple. Explains your nighttime snooping. Wait, the legend of the statue was from that island? Why is it here in the mountains? Family were originally from the island, but separated and came to this temple. Okay. Later. Any more crimes anybody wants to do real quick? Some hidden treasure, you can never trust a legend like that. Anyway, it's good that Satomi's okay now. Yeah, I guess that is good. Thanks, Miki. Thank you all for your help. Don't mention it. Hey, that's a case closed if nothing else. Oh, that's the English language name of the show. Oh. Come on, with me in charge, it was a piece of cake. He'll never learn. So, it's another case closed. Came to rescue Miki's sister and ended up solving a murder. My time goes to Cage. Conan Nagawa. We'll crack it. Small, but I have the mind of a great detective. One truth prevails. There it is. We've done it. One truth prevails. Oh, alright. The end. Go show Ayo. Alright. Oh, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. I feel like if I got this on the Game Boy Color back in the day, though, I would be a little upset about how short it was. But, you know, you can only do so much visual noveling on the GBC, I guess. Yeah, yeah. A nice experience. Now it's time for me to walk a dog and yell at the motherboard manufacturer until they agree to repair my faulty motherboard. So that'll be fun. I always say yell. I'm not really gonna yell. I know that the people on the phone are not in charge of making those decisions, but you gotta make it happen. Ooh, pull the win. Thanks, Debug. I'm hoping the translator added their name at the end of this, because I don't actually know. Who translated? Thanks, Band Presto. Alright, here we go. 2 hours and 31 minutes, swap player 12, sleuth score. %. Rank C? What does that mean? Why am I only rank C? What'd I do? Okay. Sure. Several days later. Looks like you're all better now, huh, Satomi? I'm feeling in great shape now, thanks to you. Color's back to your face. Hey guys, you better order something. My boss is keeping an eye on me. I'd treat you after all you've done. Order anything you like. Really? Well, choco banana parfait for me. I'll have a lemon pie. Sure. By the way, Ron. Yeah? I've been thinking a lot since I got back. The legend of the statue seems strangely familiar to me. Legend of the statue? Yeah, my mom came from an island in the Sea of Japan. I remember her telling me the story when I was a child. If we went to that island, finding some undiscovered treasure would be amazing. I'd love to see the place where she was born. What's this? You're going on a treasure hunt? Miki, it's not about the money. The island of the golden statue's hidden secret. Looks like we've not yet found the true meaning of this case. The end. Oh. To be continued in the next game, I guess. Okay. And that's it? Game clear. And it'll just show me my bad sleuth score anytime I want. Great. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at sleuthing, Conan. Okay. Alright. Well, there we go. We'll call it there. Thanks for joining me. Next time, I don't know, a different Detective Conan probably. Like another one. So we'll do that. Probably about the island, I think. What's it called? I'll figure out what it's called real quick. Let me see. Yeah, The Legend of the Treasure of Strange Rock Island. Yeah. Oh, and the next game actually has the Detective Boys in it, it says. Oh, that's exciting. Okay. Well, see you next time. Later.